present Kenneth Williams, Peter Jones, Derek Nimmo and Joan Bakewell in just a minute. And as the minute waltz fades away, here to tell you about it is our chairman, Nicholas Parsons.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Hello and welcome to Just a Minute. And as you've just heard from our announcer, we're delighted to welcome Joan Bakewell as our guest, who is going to try and pit her wits and her talent against our three regular competitors of the game. Each one of them will try and speak, if they can, for just a minute on the subject that I will give them without hesitating, without deviating from the subject or repeating anything. And we'll begin the show this week with Kenneth Williams, and the subject, Kenneth, is My Ideal. Can you tell us something about that in just a minute, starting now?
My ideal would have been when I was a young Florrie Plume who wore two felt hats because she was frightened of any bombs dropping and thus causing her considerable injury. She taught me about the delights of kumquats and was led by her aunt all the way through Devon, only having one pause, which was on a bullock cart as they approached Dawlish. When she and I did come together, I conceived a passion, and I might say it might have been consummated had my parents been so disposed. But since I was only 11 and she was in service at the time over 25, there was no chance of us, so to speak, getting together. Therefore, I remained unfulfilled, thinking of this ideal only in the mind, never having this affection, love, you might say, requited.
Joan Bakewell has challenged.
Deviation, I think, from
yes.
Idealism, don't you?
Oh, I thought you were going to have repetition. Deviation from his ideal. Well, I would have thought for Kenneth Williams to fall in love might have achieved his ideal. But I think it's a very good challenge, and as he was getting very confused there, and as you are our guest, I do think the only fair thing I can do is give you a point for a correct challenge and say that you have 9 seconds to take over the subject as My Ideal, starting now.
It's very important when one conceives of an ideal person to make sure that one never has any opportunity of fulfilling any relationship with them. Otherwise...
When Ian Messiter blows his whistle, it tells us that 60 seconds is up and that whoever is speaking at that moment gains an extra point. And on this occasion, it was our guest, Joan Bakewell. So at the end of the first round, she's the only one to have scored. And Derek Nimmo, would you take the next round? The subject is conkers. Will you tell us something about those in just a minute, starting now?
How I'd like to stand in the autumn of the year beneath a spreading chestnut tree and throw up into it stones and branches to try and bring down to the ground these lovely little nut kernels, the conkers, which I will then put onto a piece of string and go around and find chums who have similar things on the end of pieces of rope and bang away at their conkers. And if you succeed, well, in fact, if you conquer, using the other sense of the word, then you tie a little knot on this piece of that you...
Peter Jones. Hesitation. Yes, hesitation, searching for another description for the word string. Peter, you get a point for a correct challenge and you take over the subject, and there are 32 seconds left. Conkers, starting now.
Yes, as Derek said, it is the fruit of the horse chestnut, and I suppose...
Kenneth Williams.
Repetition, as Derek has just said.
But Peter Jones hadn't said it. So it's only if he repeats it. You see, Peter hadn't repeated it.
I see. You're making these rules up as you go along.
They haven't altered, actually. Peter, an incorrect challenge. You still have conkers, and you have 27 seconds, starting now.
And before the age of television, and even many years ahead of the invention of numerous toys that children have now...
Joan Bakewell.
Nothing to do with conkers at all, this. This is all about the future of
Absolutely
television.
right. You're absolutely well thought.
No, I said...
She's very good, isn't she?
I said before the invention of these things.
Yeah.
Conkers, I was about to say.
Yeah, but you didn't get there quick enough. And I think Joan has a correct challenge, and there are 20 seconds left on conkers, Joan, starting now.
The best way to prepare a conker for a match, such as Derek has referred to, is to take the fruit and put it in...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?